All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Toronto Raptor video for you. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button, hit that sub button. Tells the YouTube algorithm that, hey, let's share this video. Raptor fans, you guys have been showing mad love on my videos since I started making them not too many weeks ago. I post NBA content and all that good stuff. I also have a Twitch down below. I'm live every night if you want to check that out. Let's get into this video. The Toronto Raptors, a little bit of a disappointing season. It was a disappointing season for a lot of guys in the NBA, or a lot of teams in the NBA. Honestly, I think with COVID, all the extra injuries with COVID, people forget that there were heavy protocols at the start of the season. Games were getting postponed all the time. And honestly, it didn't even seem like there was a good portion of the NBA season where it was like, if these games keep getting canceled, the NBA might shut it down. And so I think just this year, it was more important for teams and players to just continue to develop. Like, it was just a wacky year, man. It kind of reminds me of baseball last year where they played a 60-game season. And it's like, honestly, like, these seasons shouldn't even really, they should count, but they shouldn't really be accounted for too much. Like, you shouldn't dive too deep into it. But this year, the Raptors, they finished 27-45. Tough year for them. Now, they had the 7th best odds to win the NBA draft, but they climbed up to number 4 on the draft board. So there's a lot of names that they could possibly get. You know, I think Cade Cunningham will be picked. I think Jalen Green will be picked. And I think Evan Mobley will be picked. So I think Jalen Suggs will be their guy. But there's a new report from the Houston Rockets camp that apparently the Houston Rockets are more picking between Suggs and Green right now. So let's say the Houston Rockets actually take Jalen Suggs at number 2. The Cleveland Cavaliers will most likely pick Evan Mobley at number 3. Well, then just somehow, some way, the Toronto Raptors find themselves at number 4 picking Jalen Green, which would just be unbelievable. Now, Jalen played in the G League Ignite team, and he was a 5-star recruit and the number 1 ranked high school player in 2020. So when he decided to go play in the G League, it was honestly pretty crazy, because you're like, you know, this is the best player and he's going to pick the brand new G League. Like, what is going on here? So Jalen Green is a very, very good basketball player, and honestly, the Toronto Raptors should possibly even look into trading up in the draft to get him if they can. I'll explain why here. Now, he is extremely athletic, and he can score the basketball. And you add those two pieces together, you've got a good-looking NBA prospect. Now, when Kawhi Leonard was in Toronto, he was kind of like that scoring dude. Toronto could really use Jalen Green in his 18 points per game shooting, 46.1 shooting percent, and then a very promising 36.5 from deep. I mean, adjusting to the new three-point range, adjusting to the new speed, even though it is the G League, it's a step up from the NCAA. So, showed a lot of promise shooting. Obviously, it's nothing like eye-popping, like generational 30 points per game on elite shooting, nothing crazy like that, but 18 points per game for a 19-year-old kid who's playing against grown men. I mean, that's impressive to me. Keep in mind, he only played about 15 or so games because the G League bubble was so short. Now, he dropped a 30-point game, actually. And keep in mind, all the guys that are playing in the G League, they're fighting every single game, every single night, because they're trying to get into the NBA. Now, Jalen, in his senior year of high school, averaged 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. So just imagine he was a recruit at Duke. I mean, there's an argument to be made that if Jalen Green had gone to like Duke or just a college team, he would be the unanimous number 1 pick. So he's not perfect. He's got a bunch of flaws, but a lot of his issues are fixable. And you give him the right future, you give him the right developmental system, and his natural hops, his natural quickness and athleticism, he gets to any spot he wants to on the court. That's why some people kind of look at his game and call him Kobe 2.0, because he can get to his spots real quick. So very electric basketball player and good shot creator, something the Toronto Raptors could really use. Now, another reason is just his upside in development. The Raptors have one of the best developmental systems in the league. I mean, look at Fred VanVleet, look at Norman Powell, look at Pascal Siakam, look at Chris Boucher, look at DeMar DeRozan. Like, yeah, Jalen Green has some flaws in his game, especially on defense, but Toronto can definitely mold him into a better defender, and he's got a lot of good defenders he can learn from, like OG, Boucher, Siakam. All these veterans on the team also, they're just going to be a huge help for a guy like Jalen Green. Whoever they draft, they're all going to be a big help for whoever they draft. Green should probably improve his playmaking skills, as it was kind of exposed in their losses in the G League. But currently, the Raptors have one of the best floor generals in the league, Kyle Lowry. Hopefully, Kyle Lowry comes back for Jalen, but he's got all the tools to improve, and his flaws aren't going to hinder what he can do next season that much. So Green might have the highest ceiling in the entire draft class just because of his athleticism and scoring potential. It's very rare that you get a guy in a draft class who could come out to the NBA next season and lead the league in scoring. Jalen Green is that type of player. So Toronto, they've got a lot of things to be excited about, whether or not it's Green, whether or not it's Suggs, whether or not it's Mobley, even if it's Kuminga. They have that fourth pick that is locked into stone. And in, I forget how many days, 11 days, they will be drafting. It's awesome to be a Toronto Raptor fan right now after the year that they just had. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that sub button. Like I said, it is greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow.